Through and through. Oh, the Toon Review. Laughs and passion, football too. We are the Toon Review. By the fans, for the fans, through and through. Laughs and passion, football too. We are the Toon Review. 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 Go!
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Toon Review for tonight's review of yesterday's absolute shit show, in which, listen, we are going to tonight, as usual, do what we normally do and give it to you from the heart, give it to you, our honest opinions. If you don't like it, I apologise for it. But having said that, given my two previous videos, a lot of people have agreed what I've said. We will take a sort of deeper dive into things tonight and try and come up with explanations as to what the fuck is going on in the Premier League. But look, we are heart on sleeve stuff on this channel, so I will reiterate, our opinions are our own opinions. You have your own as well. Not necessarily agree with each other on opinions, but that's what football is all about. But we will put a poll up tonight on Eddie Howe, because I want to see where you stand as viewers, because other channels have done it. And I've been quite surprised by the results. I must admit, quite surprised. So we are going to do it immediately tonight. But while I'm setting it up, good evening to my Zen Garden extraordinaire, Billy Trey.
I'm not sure I'm in the Zen Garden tonight.
No, you won't be in the Zen Garden tonight.
Good evening to you, and good evening to all the Toon of you massive, the Magpie massive, and all the fantastic, outstanding, stupendous, magnificent people out there in Viewerland.
Now, I've simply put, Billy, Eddie Howe, in or out. All right? It's just as straightforward as that, really. I just want to know where the viewers are coming from. There is a lot of people had enough, saying that it's the same thing over and over again. He's making the same mistakes. He's not learning from mistakes. But we have to talk straight away, Billy, before we even get into the game. By the way, if you do enjoy tonight's show, thumbs up for us. And, of course, please do subscribe if you're new. We're less than 90 subs away now from 44,000, which is incredible. So thank you very much. Actually, hang on a minute. Let's just end that poll. Yeah. Sorry about that if you've already voted, but you'll have to do it again in a second. Eddie Howe.
Shake it all about.
In, out.
Shake it all about.
On the fence. Right, there you go. You've got your three options now: in, out, or on the fence. Let's see where you stand. We'll come to that a little later on. Please do subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Like I said, less than 90 away from 44k. It is free. All we ask for is that you hit the notification bell so you never miss uploads or live shows like this one. Of course, you can become a member as well of the Toon Review. We've got some cracking prizes to give out, by the way, later on this week to our members. And a big thank you to Seattle Geordie, because he has sent me a package from over there with some various Newcastle United shirts, which we're going to give away right here on the Toon Review later on this week to our members. And also, obviously, super chats are available. Hit that $sign, and that will guarantee your comment to be read out on the show. Right, one thing we need to talk about, Billy, first of all, as I say, before we get into the crux of the game, is the post-match comments. Right, now, I did a full video on this earlier on today, guys, so if you want to go and view that after the show, it's another angry one. But we'll start with this comment on Dan Burn, Billy, because I think that has really pissed a lot of people off. It's really, really pissed people off. Not to the point where, Eddie, you idiot. It's really upset people by the fact that he has come out and said that the reason Dan Burn stayed on the field was because of his height. Now, we have Chow, we have Botman, we have Tonali, who's not really a short ass. We have Voltemada on the pitch. Why do we need Burn on that pitch because of his height? It makes no sense at all. And he fucked it up royally yesterday by leaving him on after half-time, after he was yellow-carded, after the first penalty incident. He didn't have a clue. What do you reckon?
I understand his comment about he wanted Howe at the pitch, but for that, why didn't he change the system? Why didn't he go with 3 centre halves, bring a left back, and not have him isolated on that left wing trying to hold Ouattara? Because it was an accident waiting tackle. We could all see either him giving a goal away, a penalty away, a red card, whatever. We all saw it as early as the 20th minute, or even all the way through the first half. There's parts of that game where we were literally laughing at him. It was that bad. It's horrible for him. It really is, because he's not a left back and he's been forced to play that position by a manager that really doesn't really care about him. It sounds to me. The lad's a centre half. Play him centre half. If you want height, play 3 at the back. We had a player in the picture that did absolutely nothing. You could go back 3 with 2 wing backs, no problem.
Yeah. I mean,
but not to have him wide on the wing and having people running at him all day. Absolutely, it was shocking at left back. Played at centre half, then it's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's done very well for us, Dan Burn. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus completely, because it's not his fault. And when if you're a manager looking on from the sidelines, how on earth can you not see what the rest of the fan base and everybody else watching the game can see? He struggled from the start at left back yesterday, and at half time we didn't think he would change it there and then, but maybe give it 10 minutes into the second half. But he just kept refusing to do it. And I'm sorry, I am not buying for one fucking second that it's for his height. That Eddie Howe, I love you, man, but that is a bottle job of an excuse. You basically plucked an excuse out of thin air in order to leave Dan Burn on the pitch, because you cannot bear to take him off. And I've spoken to a few Bournemouth fans who messaged me today, Billy, after my little rant last night about the game. And they all said, we said Eddie's a brilliant, brilliant manager, but his downfall is his favourites. And it happened at Bournemouth. And they are seeing now, from the outside looking in, very similar patterns as to what went on when he sort of, the time was up at Bournemouth.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine having favourites if they're performing week in, week out for you.
Yeah.
But one of his favourites isn't performing week in and week out. In fact, it's the opposite. And he's been played out of position, but still, shouldn't be playing. Shouldn't be playing at left back. Absolutely shouldn't. It's mental. Mental he keeps doing it. I know he had to, but he has had options. I don't think Alex Murphy could be any worse than that. In fact, I know he wouldn't be any worse than that.
He wouldn't.
I know he'd be better than that.
But we said yesterday on the commentary, Billy, and I keep saying and saying and saying again, if Lewis Hall was on that pitch yesterday, Billy, we come away with something. We do not lose that. We do not lose that game. We probably do win it, because the yellow. I mean, look, the penalty wouldn't have happened twice, because Lewis Hall wouldn't have made that sort of. There is no way that Ouattara would have caught Lewis Hall 5 yards behind him on a standing start. Not a chance in hell. So it doesn't happen. But then other things he says, like, you know, we navigated the first half very well. What the fuck? Now, I know we took the lead, and a massive credit to Harvey Barnes, because it was a brilliant goal. And he was one of the only couple of players that I can point out yesterday that were worth the shout out. He took his goal fantastically well. He wanted the ball. He was trying things. He was, getting the ball, trying to come inside, go wide, but he wasn't getting any support from fucking nobody. But to say we navigated, I think, is a bit crazy for me, Billy, because we know damn well, commentating on that game yesterday, how many goal-mouth scrambles there was in that first half, how unlucky Brentford were not to score. It was Nick Pope coming and floating at thin air again, punching at nothing. He was dreadful yesterday. Absolutely dreadful. And how he can say that first half was decent, I do not know.
I don't know why he's saying the word navigate for, because we were absolutely awful first half. In fact, we were worse yesterday in that first half. There were, and last Sunday's debacle. So, yeah, I mean, Brentford could have easily come off that pitch at half-time 4-1 up. Absolutely, they could have. We were dreadful. We were giving the ball away for fun. We had no idea how to defend. No idea. And those players there that were cowards yesterday, that were hiding from the ball.
Yeah.
It was just awful. It really was. And here's our mate Stato to kind of
it is
a reasoned argument to other things, I guess.
Well, look, I mean, he was asked as well another question, and he said that for most of the game we stuck to our game plan. Did anybody see a fucking game plan yesterday? Because I certainly didn't. Stato, good evening, buddy. We'll come to you very shortly. I just need to read a couple of these super chats before they get out of control.
I've starred one because it needs to be answered. There's one I've starred.
All right, mate.
I feel it needs to be answered.
Okay. Dr. House. Hi, Paul. Billy. Stato's now here. I'm still Eddie in, but something needs to change. He needs to stop playing his favourites and be proactive with subs. Lee Smith is gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Lee. Wagner says, was really angry yesterday, although today I'm calmer and I don't want to throw Eddie out for a bad game. What a bad game that is, and that interview makes it even worse. It is worrying. It's not just a bad game, though, Wagner. It's not a one-off. Spike says, has Eddie come to our Bournemouth moment? His fault for the whole shit show. His very bad game management is there for all to see. His comments are shit. Ricky says, how out? I'm in doubt. He must end his love affair with Pope and Byrne. He has capitulated in his game management in the last 2 Premier League matches and post-match press conference. This has gone on since April. Chippers says he's done with Eddie. Why didn't we get a backup left back for Hall last summer if he knew he would miss the start of the season? Bandit says you cannot bear to do a show on the behind-the-scenes shenanigans which has put Eddie in this position. We have not had a striker all season. Is that Eddie's fault? Use shooting the paddler up shit creek.
Well, I'm going to answer that for you. Eddie thinks we have got a striker because he spent £70 million on one bandit, Mr. Voltamada, who, as far as I can see, Eddie Howe has no idea how to manage. You should be building your side around him, and he hasn't.
And who Eddie Howe keeps saying, by the way, is a striker. He keeps saying he's our striker. So he's, that's not for us. If you're shouting we have not had a striker all season, we fucking have. Not for the first few games, but since we signed Voltamada, he's been in the team. That's Eddie Howe's striker. He has come out and said that numerous times. So... yeah, Ian Jones is a new member of the channel. Welcome, Ian. And I Like Coffee says J7 had a leg wound, but Howe still let him play on. Dan Byrne at one point was in right back position. I would have expected Bruno as captain to shout at him. And Peter Griffin says no disrespect to West Ham and Brentford, but they're not top sides yet. We've conceded 6 goals in 2 games against sides like that. Good evening, Alex.
Good evening. Good evening. It sounds sweaty tonight.
Yeah, we're just talking about the post-match presser. First of all, Alex, before we even touch on the game, the Dan Byrne comment has pissed a lot of fans off, saying that he couldn't take him off because that would have left a lack of height on the pitch for Newcastle United, which I find astounding. He also went on to say the players gave everything. They stuck to the game plan most of the game. I do not know where Eddie's coming from in this press conference, Alex, and he sounds like a desperate man.
I mean, deciphering that, it sounds like he's partially defending the players and putting himself in the firing line for part of it.
What does that mean?
My opinion, Jesus Christ.
My opinion? Please tell me what your opinion is and why I sound thick.
I mean,
I look forward to your reply.
On the same wavelength as Paul at the moment, so you'll have to bench that comment. Where was I before I was rudely interrupted by some random opinion? I was, yeah. So it sounds like he's partially put himself in front of the firing line with the whole game plan thing, because obviously that was rubbish. He'll know that. He's not an idiot. The Dan Byrne thing, again, I think he knows it's nonsense. Is that partially true? Well, yeah, it probably is. Of course it is. Does it? You know, we're trying to defend the funny attacking throw-ins and various other things. It is a true comment. It's a true statement. But I think you're more likely to concede, as we all think the same. You're more likely to concede with Dan Byrne's footwork and lack of being a fullback compared to losing the height. It is what it is. I don't think if Eddie Howe subs Dan Byrne for Lewis Hall and Lewis Hall gets beat in the air, nobody crucifies him. Everybody goes, well, it's what everybody wanted. Fair enough. It's one of those. If Lewis Hall loses a man at the back post and can't win the header, it happens, right? It happens with fullbacks. It doesn't mean you've got to play 6'7" people at fullback all the time. So, yeah, I think Eddie Howe has the strangest comments I've seen, but it also makes sense. He's got to say something. But he might as well have said nothing, because it's all meaningless. He's just had to say stuff, even though it was absolutely rubbish.
I tell you, there's a lot of mongs in the chat tonight, by the way.
Bandy keeps saying about, we know he's not a striker, but Eddie Howe says he is.
Yes,
so
he does.
It's an excuse you're making for him that he's himself is saying no.
Billy, I'm referring to them that are all shouting at me saying, "Oh, yeah, I've lost my head, I'm embarrassing, etc."
Game yesterday.
Can I play devil's advocate just to put a different spin on it for
not
everybody?
a devil's advocate. Oh, the Stato's going to annoy us here, Billy. Stato is making us. He's going to do it, isn't he? He is. He's going to do it.
I don't know. There's other people on the Stato's case now.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Come on then, Alex. Let's do the devil's advocate.
So, I said this against West Ham. I said that we're now in a position where the performances and the underlying issues can no longer be ignored. And I feel like we're in an even better place because this has happened 2 weeks on the trot. West Ham and Brentford away, conceding 3 goals apiece with dismal performances and issues. It's now the writing on the wall. It literally cannot be avoided. So this now has to be addressed, or he will lose his job if he continues this. Because you can't sustain doing this for loads. So positive spin is that he's going to have to do something now. We're going to see some changes, I would hope, or he's going to lose his job. Secondary to that, the season's not done purely because of what the league table looks like. I know that we don't look like we're going to play very good football anytime soon. However, currently we are 6 points off 5th, which is 2 games, in theory. So the season is not beyond us. The horse is not bolted. It is repairable. However, we are at a pivotal moment in the season now where if we take any longer to sort this out, it will be gone. It will absolutely be gone. It will be too far away from everybody. So this is it now. We've had 2 performances of that absolute monstrosity, whatever that was. So it is wake up time for the coaching staff and Eddie Howe and probably some of the players. It is a time where we can fix it. Everybody has to be on board. We need Ross Wilson. We need Hopkinson. Everybody needs to get involved in this with support, understanding, learning, accountability that there's been problems. Is it going to happen? I don't know.
Right.
Really
So what happens, guys? What happens if we come back from this international break, take the cups out of it? Okay. We've got Manchester City. That's going to be a tough game because they are on fire right now. It's fair to say.
So
yes, but it's Man City, and they are playing very, very well right now. The away games, Everton away, and then of course Sunderland away is coming up. If we don't get any points out of those, let's just say the 2 away games. If we lose both of those, where are we standing on the manager? Is he under pressure?
I think he'd be gone if we lose both those games, Everton and Sunderland away.
You think he'd be gone?
Well, it depends what happens in the Man City. You've got to. I think you've got to take it as a 3, as a chunk.
If we're losing to Everton and Sunderland away, it stands to reason we're probably going to lose to Man City at home.
When's Fulham?
Fulham, Carabao Cup. That's
the Carabao Cup's. Yeah,
in between. So we'll have those 3 Premier League matches. Fulham and a Champions League smattering somewhere. Champions League is fine.
Well, we've got to go to Leverkusen and we've got to go to Marseille. They're the next Champions League games.
Away in the Champions League hasn't been a problem so far, but that's neither here.
Yeah, but the opposition is slightly different this time. Leverkusen away in Marseille.
I'm feeling like we've got a bit of deja vu here, guys. We had this conversation last year.
We had this conversation. We did.
In November.
Yeah.
And I said, I think we could turn it around, but it's bloody difficult. And then we went on a stupid unbeaten run of about 9 wins in a row.
Yeah, Liam Kennedy made a good point last night, Alex, and exactly on the point you've just made there about going on runs and turning it around. And he sort of questioned how many times can he keep doing it. How many times?
I don't think we need anything quite as excessive as that this time round. Because as I said, we're 6 points off 5th, so. We could do with a few wins and just not losing matches, and we will be in that top 10, top 8 bracket very quickly, and we can push on for European spots. The horse is not bolted for league position yet. However, the games you guys have just teed up, Man City, who else was it?
Everton away, Sunderland away.
Everton away and Sunderland away. If we lose those 3 or we don't get enough points, we are then not 6 points off 5th. We're going to be considerably more. We're going to be close to the drop zone. And then I think it's... Yeah, I think currently it's not at a level where Eddie Howe's concerned about his job. However, I think it will be soon if it continues.
Well, James is clearly a fan of you, Alex. Alex is pretty much the only online commentator who hasn't sounded like a toddler in the last 24 hours.
I did yesterday. I've had to be really calm. And
are we not allowed to be angry when we play like absolute shite? This is the point, right? I mean, am I supposed to do a reaction video where I'm just sitting all calm and everything's fine in the garden and me cabbages are growing for next year and all of this crap? I've been a Newcastle fan all my life, and I'm allowed to get angry. You what, mate?
I was in the boat. I was in the boat of Eddie Howe like this time last year. I'm not this year because Eddie Howe got us out of it last year.
Yeah, he did.
Got himself out of it. And
I think it'll happen again.
And on the same token, if he was to go, who are we getting in? We're not going to go pay a compensation to get the manager in.
Well, there's loads of people going. There's loads of people online.
And Brendan blasted Rodgers. No, thank you.
Yeah, but there's loads online today saying get Jose in. Fuck that.
Jose's
it costs us money for one, and for two. If you want to go watch and pay to watch Jose Mourinho football every week, you're a better man or woman than I am.
The problem is, guys, is it's the lesser evil, isn't it? And that's outrageous. Me even calling Eddie Howe anything close to that because he's technically the best manager we've had in 70 years. So you can't take the risk.
I hate it. I hate it when we get angry, right? When we get really angry, okay? And we have a right to as fans. What is wrong with showing a bit of passion and be upset with performances like that? Because I tell you something, if I'd spent money on going to London to watch Newcastle twice in a week and watch that fucking shite, I tell you what, I would be absolutely apoplectic. Or apoplectic, whatever the fucking word is.
That is the word, yeah.
Ramrock can count.
Thank you.
Not very well, because we're 6 points off 5th, not 5.
I think you can be in both camps at the same time. I'm really annoyed about Eddie Howe's performance yesterday and the previous week. But I'm also positive that he can get us out of it and get himself out of it, more to the point. But he has to do things different.
Are you positive, Billy?
Well, he's done it before, so he can go on his past record, can't you?
But is there a
I think Visser
a chink to the armour?
No, I think Visser coming back will help him enormously if that does happen. I think
he's going to change it.
I think Lewis Hall playing at left back will help us. I think Tino being back at right back will help us. And I think then we start to go on a bit of a run.
And Ramsdale, Tino, Hall, Visser. Yeah. All of a sudden, this just
guys.
flipped.
The problem I've got is right. You look at Visser, and when he comes back, there is going to be incredible pressure on him to perform, and that's not it. Alex, come on.
19 goals from open play last year. It'll be fine. Don't worry about
it. Sorry, the panel are great lads, but deluded. Who's deluded?
Which side of the dark side of the moon on?
I don't know, but I don't know why we're deluded. I don't know what's going on here.
Just a public service announcement. We're happy to be challenged on any point, Newcastle United wise is fine. Don't be abusive though. That is a line, and we won't be abusive to you because it's just not fair. But if you're gonna throw things at us, even if it's banter, give us a point. Give us something tangible that we can retaliate with, or challenge you back on. Because if you just say we're mental, well, what do you want us to say?
He says about the Eddie camp. Deluded about the Eddie camp.
What, the Eddie in or the Eddie out camp?
I don't know, because we're all kind of on the fence at the moment. We're all not sure if he's going to pull it out of the bag or not. We're just having a conversation.
I just think that when Visser comes back, right, he's coming back at a really bad time. If in perspective of sort of where we are and how we're playing right now, he's coming back at a bad time because he's coming back under massive pressure.
It's the deeper players that fix this.
It is. Yeah.
Ramsdale, Hall and Tino fix this in a heartbeat because all of a sudden we can retain the ball a bit more. We can progress the ball from deep in a safer way. it's just far more balanced across the back line. You've got a goalkeeper who can handle the pressure as well. It's that sorts everything out further forward.
Yeah, I realise that, but only yesterday we were talking about his inability to sort of substitute Dan Burn. What's it going to be like when he's got that decision to make to leave him out the side? We're all talking about the back four being Tino, Hall, and the two centre backs, but we know what he's like with Dan Burn as well.
I've got no problem with him playing centre back.
Well, who's he going to come in for?
Well, certain games will suit him more than Sven Botman. Certain games will suit him more than Malik Chow. I'm happy for him to go horses to horses. He's an international centre half forward. You can't just castigate him off because he's been playing shit at left back.
I'm not saying castigate him off. I'm very happy with Dan Burn at centre back. I've said that many times.
Centre back. Our 4 centre halves are fantastic. There's nothing wrong with the centre halves as long as we play them at centre half
in their position. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, the question is, when does he put Wissa in? How long does he wait? Does he keep him on the bench? Does he play him straight away? Because I think Voldemar looks lost right now. I
he'll do exactly what he'll do. He'll bring him on. He'll bring him on as a sub for a 20 to 30 minute appearance, and then we give him a few minutes. And then the next available rotation game, whether it's a Champions League or a Cup game, he'll then bring him in as a starter. And then it's a case of you've got 2 match fit strikers, and then the question is who's he going to pick and how's he going to pick it. It's how he integrates everything.
Yeah, but that's my point. If Wissa comes on as a substitute and we're 2-0 down in a game, he's coming on in extreme pressurised situations, isn't he? And we've still got the bloody AFCON as well. We don't know what he's doing yet. I'd love somebody. It's getting close.
There's a rumour that he's not going, but
that's been
is
around.
It a rumour? Because I can't remember if Keith Downey said something about it. I don't know if it was reported or if it's fake. I don't want to spread fake news, but there was talk of him not going and paying us back because he's not played yet.
Well, that story's been kicking around for weeks.
I don't know if it's true though. I think it's I don't know. Don't quote me on that, guys, because I don't know if that's confirmed.
James said it was Craig Hope.
Wow, not sure.
We'll see what happens when it happens. But I mean, we need a striker that plays in the system that Eddie Howe likes playing, because poor Nick isn't that striker, unfortunately.
He just looks. He's struggling right now, Voldemar, and it's not his fault. Absolutely.
Probably the most technical footballer.
I mean, we need to stop conceding goals.
Yeah, and give him the ball a bit, but the players we've got around him at the minute aren't giving, because no one's running beyond him.
Well, we stop conceding goals once he puts Lewis Hall in and changes the fucking goalkeeper, Alex. It's
literally the scoring isn't that. I know we're not free flowing at the moment, but we are scoring a goal a game. We need to stop the leakage.
Incidentally, Eddie Howe resigned from Bournemouth. He wasn't sacked. People are saying it cost Eddie his job. He resigned.
Yeah, he did. Was he pushed to resign? Who knows?
No, he resigned. He said he was leaving at the end of the season, about 6 weeks before the end of the season, and he went at the end of the season. After
I just think that when he was talking about sort of Nick Pope as well, saying that he's obviously not going away with England, and he'll be back after 12. He'll be back after 12 days of the concussion protocol.
If Ramsdale doesn't play against Man City, I will be livid.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, I could just see it now. The lineup still has Pope and Burnett left back against Man City.
Yeah, he can't because he's banned.
That's a very good point, Billy. Yes, absolutely. So Lewis Hall will play unless he decides to play somebody else there and says Lewis isn't fit yet.
Yeah, he might put Botman in there.
Yeah, you never know. Jan says, for the next game, I want to see Hall, Tino and Wissa, also Ramsdale, Miley and Ramsgate. Who the fuck is Ramsgate, Jan? I think you mean Ramsey. We'll let you off on that one. Wagner says, imagine being Hall and hearing that, well, I'm not getting taller than Dan Burn nonsense. I mean, it's laughable. It was laughable. Atticus says, how doesn't positively impact any game? It's time. Spike, at this moment, we're fighting the drop. Well, we're only 2 points. I mean, I cannot believe we're only 2 points above the relegation zone. That is criminal, guys. That is absolutely criminal after 11 games.
Again, we're only 6 points off fifth, so it's too early to start. It's too early to say these things because you can spin it any way you want to fit any narrative.
Well, Alex, our friends down the road are fucking finding it hilarious, aren't they? I mean, it's football banter.
But again, it's too early for it to be funny because.
Well,
We
Sunderland
could
aren't
quite
funny
easily
anyway.
finish above them, so it's too early.
We're not even going to talk about them until we have to, okay? Until we come to the game, and then we'll see where we are. Matt says players need to not only care about the Champions League. Jens, we have City next, Marseille after that, then Everton. Oh.
My cousin's going to that Everton game as well. He's an Everton fan. He's come over from Australia to watch it.
Is that where you
mate.
met? That's where you met his special friend, isn't it, Billy? Alex
No,
did?
no.
No.
Everton's where he blacked.
That was Franny Jeffers, wasn't it? Yeah.
Although I was on the phone to him earlier, and I've just clocked it that he called it Goodison Park. That is not their stadium anymore. So
No, it's the
If
Hill
he goes
Dickinson.
there, he won't be seeing football, will he?
I know exactly.
Well, he
Go
could be
there.
seeing Everton ladies play there now, don't they? So he could get a game in. But I mean, look, the next 3 games, guys. I mean, you look at that, and I mean, Everton.
You know what? It wouldn't shock me if we beat City. It wouldn't shock me.
I don't think it shock anybody.
I don't think it would. But
what
serious
we did to
questions
Liverpool
would
and
arise. It's
Arsenal.
how we do that.
Arsenal, Liverpool were both lucky to beat us. Let's be honest. And
They were,
if the lads decide, oh God, we need a reaction, and they turn up at home, which they often do.
But then we were lucky to beat Wolves. We were lucky to beat Fulham. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, Christ, if we didn't get points out of them games, look where we'd be. Holy feck. Magpie 50 says, Hall fit for ages. Why the fuck has he not been used? Burn is done, and we saw no game plan. Also, trolls, fuck off tonight. Well, Mervyn says, I think Eddie too soft on the players.
You don't know.
Black-
I mean, he might have had the right out last week if he hadn't done. That's not the response he was looking for yesterday.
When the hell is he? I mean, if he didn't read the right act at some point in the last 7 days, then there's a problem. Black and White Blues, his best form of defence, attack. Hall attacks. Channel
Both
Right.
tries to attack.
Yeah, still perplexed. Burn wasn't off after the yellow card. Kieran says, I don't think we or Eddie Howe should rely on a good amount of wins in a row to get us up the league and out of trouble.
That's going to get there, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Susan says, feel Gordon's not been right for a while.
Fine, he's
And
injured now, doesn't matter.
Mark says, this team has lost its way, intensity and fire since we've not had a number 9. Big Nick needs the strike partner to run in behind, and we will be fine with Hall, Livermento and Ramsdale coming in. The balance will be back.
I want to see a 4-4-2. Maybe not all the time, not consistently, but because sometimes we need a packed midfield for certain opposition. But I think we've got the perfect team and the perfect players to play a Crouchy and Defoe type system with wingers who have enough stamina and give to be I think we could do that.
Or
I think we've got the right
4-3-1-1
callbacks
maybe.
for it.
4-3-1-1 maybe.
I don't know about you. Are you
it
guys
even
not
looked like
getting
a
bored of the
4-2-3-1 in
4-3-3?
occasions.
Yeah.
Are you not getting bored of
yeah.
4-3-3?
I think people are sisters. It's
Yeah.
that predictable. We do the same thing week in, week out.
Yeah, we do.
Because Voltamada is so good at little reverse flicks, and I honestly think having a runner close to him, running off him, we could cause some damage, real damage. Like, I'm surprised we've not tried it with Gordon, because I think Gordon would be really good at that as well with him. I think we've got some really cool options that we're just not using. Maybe it's just personnel availability.
We haven't
Eddie
asked-
Howe, he's not changing, is he?
Well, we got an Aston Villa fan in here. I'll say this as a rival fan. Look at Villa a couple of months back. We couldn't even score. Now we're 6th in the league. You guys will be fine, but Howe needs to change his tactics and stop playing his favourites. And that's from a Villa fan. And Villa
right.
are playing very well at the minute, by the way.
He's very right.
Cracking win yesterday, destroyed Bournemouth, which we've struggled to do.
What does that feel like? We can't beat Bournemouth.
Yeah, it's very. It's something we've never experienced for a while. Well, hardly ever. I mean, look, it's interesting that even opposition fans are seeing the problem, and the fact that Eddie isn't. I'm pretty sure that Eddie didn't get much sleep last night. Because we know what his work ethic is, and we know that he will be puzzled. There is a lot of people saying, has he lost some of the players in the dressing room? Are they not buying into this 4-3-3 anymore? That he's refusing to change it. He's refusing to do certain things. I mean, I can't definitely say or not, but I really pray and hope that there isn't that sort of cracks appearing in the dressing room, Billy.
There was one play yesterday that I felt was cowardly. Attitude was all wrong. We'll come on to him when we do the player ratings, but
I don't know who you're talking about, actually.
I was absolutely disgusted with his performance yesterday. And it was a case of, well, I think he knew he was playing. I think he knows he's going to play, especially with Gordon being out on either side. That gives you a clue who it was. And I think he feels there's no competition for his place in a minute. And he played like it yesterday. He was absolutely dreadful.
You're about not Barnes or Murphy?
I think it's Murphy. Yeah, I know there was a few times during the game Billy wasn't happy with Murphy.
He did supply the cross that inevitably got the goal.
Yeah, well, Alex, if you look at the cross, it wasn't exactly a good cross. It was going out. If it wasn't for Voldemara's flick, then it would have gone out. It would have gone out.
Yeah, it was the big Nick's arse, I guess. It worked.
Yeah, I really do think it's time for a change now, because I'm bored of 4-3-3. I'm pretty sure that, like you say, Billy, teams have sussed us out. They know exactly how we're going to play.
Man of the match poll, by the way.
No.
Yeah, we can do
realistically,
one player.
Barnes and Malik Chow are probably the only two that deserve to be in the list. Probably none of the subs.
Malik Chow was my man of the match yesterday. If we're going to have to pick one, but I know Barnes scored a great goal, but Chow was just Malik Chow again.
Didn't have bad games.
Yeah. So we'll leave it as it is. We'll leave the Eddie Howe poll up and see how that is at the end. A couple of super chats before we begin the player ratings. Chris Davison, he's still making the same mistakes he made 2 or 3 years ago. His lack of rotation, lack of game management and tactics, the alarm bells are ringing. And Samsonite Dove says, another point I find baffling. Why is the tallest man who is missing a finger and just had his hand broken a month ago taking long throws?
I wondered that, as well. I was very confused.
Is anyone throw it from further 10 feet, I guess?
It's just another one, isn't it? Just to confuse everybody.
I get it if you're a Sunday League team, because you just pick the guy who's got the long throw. But these guys have the benefit of it being their job and they can practice. Can they not get all of them to have a crack at some long throws? Get all the fullbacks to have a pop? Surely Trippier's not that inept. He can't throw the ball. Just learn. Get coaches in. You have a budget.
35. He's not going to learn how to throw a ball long now, is he?
Yeah, but you've got specialist coaches for it. Can we not hire someone?
No, fucking Steve Buckley.
Yeah, but we want Dan Burn on the end of those throws, right?
I agree. No, we don't want anyone near him. Want him on the bench watching.
Yeah, but when Tino's been taking them, has Burn ever got anywhere near them?
But for example, you've got Ramsey there. For me, Ramsey was left-sided. He's a bit smaller. I don't care if he's in the box from a set-piece perspective. Can we not get him for 2 weeks practicing his long throws? Get him a coach? What's the problem? I don't understand it, personally. I think there's a few things that are bizarre. We questioned him not having a set-piece coach for nearly 2 years, and then he's gone and hired one, and it doesn't look like it's made that much of a difference.
They've gone all fucking Tony Pulis, haven't they? I mean, Brentford yesterday, you're going to keep doing it if you can't defend them.
And by the way, on the subject of set pieces, did you see our kickoff yesterday for the second half, Alex? Toon Army just launched it straight for a Brentford goal kick.
It was meant to. It wasn't.
Well, I know where it was meant to go, but it was. I mean,
Toon Army was a little bit off the pace yesterday as well. The problem is all of our big players are not playing well.
I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't. But anyway, let's do the player raters because this is going to be very interesting tonight. Get your player ratings in the chat. See if you agree with us or whether you want to throw some more insults at us. Those of you that are not normally on this channel. But anyway, we'll start off with Nick Pope, Billy.
When it gets tough with these long throws and players get around the goalkeeper, and he's absolutely fucking awful, I have to say. He's like a cat in a hot tin. He's scared of the ball. He seems scared of everything. He did make some good stops, I have to say. There was 1 or 2 good stops he made, but he was at fault for two of the goals.
Yeah, that's the point, Billy. You can't keep making good saves. Like at West Ham, he made some good saves, but he was at fault for... Yeah.
And then picking up, I'll give him a 2.
2. Alex?
A 0. I'm absolutely done with him. Absolutely done with him. Done. I don't want him in goal anymore. I'm done.
Is he any good at left back?
Is he any good at left back?
Can
you imagine? Yeah. Dear me.
The things that I'm genuinely confident with Nick Pope, he didn't do yesterday either. Normally he's not perfect at coming and claiming crosses, but I don't know why he went all Jordan Pickford and just started half punching stuff.
I mean, his attempts to punch the ball yesterday were absolutely...
His sweeping has dropped off a little bit since it was 2 years ago. It's not quite as good as it used to be. He's got no distribution at all with his feet or technical ability or ability to relieve any pressure. And then he wasn't doing his main job, which is...
Maybe Dan Bird for goalkeeper. That might work.
Zero.
Shut up, Billy.
I don't I've
seen
Ramsdale
so many times yesterday. Pope tried to come off his line and punch. He either stopped and went backwards, or he tried to punch it and completely missed it. He gets a 1 from me. Just absolute disgraceful performance.
Can I just say, for the people saying that, there's a few people challenged me on that about how is Alex optimistic that we might be able to get out of this, because we're going to have better ball playing footballers come back into the defence to do his job for him, because Lewis Hall can play football, Tino will help, and then we will have more technically proficient defenders, which mitigates and helps.
But Alex,
mask Pope's deficiencies as a footballer.
The sinister people around would say to you, well, we've played before with Hall and Livramento in the side, and our away form has still been bull rot. The Premier League form's been bull rot. Yeah,
but we've never put performances in quite that West Ham and Brentford.
Oh, absolutely.
There have been games that were on a knife edge. This is new. This is a new low, like a really new low.
Right, Kieran Trippier, Billy.
I felt for him winning against Kevin Schade, but I think he did okay, actually. I don't think he was that bad. Set piece was short, though. 6.
6.
Did you see that corner where he hit the first man?
And then he come out.
And he got another go out of it.
When he hit the first man again.
The first man again.
Oh, I was screaming on the commentary, Alex. I did not enjoy that moment. Yeah, I've just seen a comment there. Podmag says, come on, guys. We're smarter than this. The writing is clearly on the wall. The club is more important than Eddie. Listen, there is a lot. Look, there is a... Yeah, but there's a lot of people now want to change, and I'm not going to argue with them. Not after what he's done the last few games and the excuses he's given. I think it's pissed a lot of fans off. So it's just split the fan base. Alex,
would you take Brendan Rodgers or would you take fucking Ange? Because they're the only two available as far as I can see.
No, Billy, they want Jose. He is the Messiah.
No. They're not going to pay money for fucking someone that's already in a job to come out of it because it goes against the PSR.
Yeah. Alex Trippier.
Kieran Trippier. I mean, it's quite easy if we measure him against the opposite fullback. Well, he's the other fullback. 0 accurate crosses out of 5 attempts. Passing data was a bit meh. Making a few more mistakes than he used to. He's definitely 35, but he's still a good player. But it was maybe a 4 out of 10.
You're going with a 4. That's exactly what I've gone for. So, Billy, you've been extremely generous there, my son. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Billy, you did say that during the commentary yesterday. The Trippier he was okay, but then he went and literally, I think it was about 3 or 4 minutes after you said that, he took that corner and then took the second cross and still couldn't beat the first man, which was dreadful. Right, Dan Burn, Billy. Yeah.
No words needed. He was absolutely fucking all shit.
Alex?
0 as well. I've got some fun data for you for Dan
Come on, let's hear it.
I'm sure you fucking have.
He attempted 14 passes in the opposition half. Do you want to know how many out of the 14 found a black and white shirt?
Probably none.
Give a realistic answer. Or is that how many you actually think? he found a teammate 3 times.
Oh, that's good.
14 passes in the opposition half. 3 went through. His overall passing accuracy for the match was 63%. It was just, and then he gave away 4 fouls, which is doing him
a favour because it really was
service
5.
as opposed to a disservice, because it should have been 5 because he got away with another penalty that he could have had 3 yellow cards and 2 penalties and 5 fouls.
Yeah.
So 0. It's his worst game for Newcastle, probably the worst game of his career. I don't think he'd argue with you.
Indeed, and I've reflected that in my rating of -5. I wrote this down. I actually wrote -5 down last night as I was recording my reaction video. Just screw it. -5. I've seen a couple of -1s, -2s, -5s. That was one of the worst displays I could possibly watch. But again, I'm giving him -5, and it's not his fucking fault.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. In defence of Burn,
yeah,
he's not a fullback, so he can play a lot better than that in his natural position.
The 2 penalties he gave away were in the centre half position, though.
That is very true.
Yeah, but he'd normally have fullback cover, wouldn't you? He wouldn't normally be making that tackle, not as often.
He does get beat in the air a lot, which I don't understand.
I mean, he's better than last year. Last year, he just yanked people back with their shirt.
Well, yeah, but he does struggle when he's challenging in the air in sort of defensive position. Well, certainly the left back position.
Yeah, he only won 50% of his aerial duels as well, which is also unforgivable considering his height.
Well, let's move on from those fantastic stats. Toon says, ciao, Nick, both quality. Alanga and Ramsey are crap. We should have gone all in for Mbeumo early and offered 180k if Alanga was 55, then Mbeumo was worth 80 plus. Peter Garthwaite says, apologies if you've already covered this. Did you see the Carragher's comments saying that it's our owners are to blame that they've let Eddie down?
What? How?
Yeah, that was Carragher's comment.
They don't pick fucking Dan Burn every week, do they?
No, they don't. And I've kind of sketched over that because Carragher's a tosspot. And he's basically... the only thing I've got to say to Jamie Carragher is that he's twinned with Spit the Dog. Mervyn Cox says, do you think the job is too big for Eddie?
No, because he's won his trophies. He's got a Champions League twice. It's not too big for him.
Well, I mean, we can discuss that again when we get underway after the international break and see what the next 3 games bring us, I guess. Sven Botman, Billy?
Another one that was kind of...
I think he's struggling at the minute, you know.
Yeah, but he's struggling because of the twat to the left of him.
Well,
he's struggling.
100%.
So
I was so angry about this because Botman, Chow are having their stats drag through the mud in terms of goals conceded and chances given up because of other factors, and it's making them look silly.
6.
So what you 6? Okay, Alex.
I think a 6 is generous, even with the defense we just gave in. 1 out of 5 aerial duels, not good enough, Sven.
5,
not good enough, mate.
You can't, Billy. You've already locked in your 6.
A few good long balls. He was a lot tidier. He made three accurate long balls, 91% passing accuracy.
6.
He's not the problem. He's it's a byproduct of everything else. I'll go with a 5 for Sven. Middle of the road.
5. Okay.
1 out of 5 aerial duels again for your 6'4" Terminator Dutch centre half. Come on, boys. Can we jump for the bloody ball? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've
Like,
gone
we-
4.5.
every 30 seconds, the commentary goes, "Oh, this Newcastle side are really physical, and they got many big boys in this team. We can't win a bloody header." So I don't know why we get all the praise off the media, because nobody can jump for the ball.
I mean, on the Geordie Journals video last night, they were talking about Botman, and they were saying, Botman is a good footballer, but is he all that the fans have bigged him up to be?
Yes, he is.
Because
I
I
can't
honestly
say that off
think
the back of like 3 under par
I think he's
performances.
struggling at the minute. I think he's struggling, but that, like you guys say, that could be exactly what's to the left of him, and he doesn't know where his arse from his elbow is at the minute, because he's just having to cover the position of left back, centre back, and all over the pitch. Levi Kirby is a new member of the channel. Welcome, Levi. Thank you. And Levi has also sent in 2 $4.99 super chats. Thank you very much, buddy. And another one. I keep sending 5s by mistake. I'm skint if return possible. We can't. I'm sorry, Levi. We can't do
Don't send any
returns.
more. Don't press the button.
No,
again.
yeah, just leave the button alone. I don't know whether he's joking or not. I don't know, because it's really hard to make a mistake when you're super chatting, because it asks you to confirm at least 20,000 times, doesn't it? So, right, Malik Chow, Billy.
I'm going to give him a 9. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. I should probably give him a 10, because I don't think he put a foot wrong the whole game.
Wow.
It was
So you're going
phenomenally good.
Okay. So you've gone with a 9, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Alex?
I'm not going to go with the 9. I think I want what Billy's had for dinner. Whatever it was.
I don't think he put a foot wrong the whole game.
However, I do think he was very, very good. Yeah. I mean, comparatively, I just told you that Dan Burn only had 3 successful passes in the opposition half. Malik Chow had 15, because he's just a lot better with the football. And he played an outrageous pass to break the lines as well. I don't know if you remember. There was one moment where there was no passes on, and he played like a no-look reverse pass, just whipped it straight through the middle, went past like 4 Brentford players to actually get us out of trouble. It was a crazy ball. A bit risky, but it worked. And he was solid defensively, 4 out of 5 aerial duels, which is exactly what you want. You want your defenders winning headers. I'll go with a 7. We conceded 3 goals. I can't be rating people any higher than that, unfortunately, but he was very good.
Okay. Levi, I don't know what's going on, mate. I now think you are kind of joking on. January proper skin to refund available. Billy, your eyes are a bonny colour.
Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, there you go. I've given Malik Chow an 8. I think he's got the potential to be one of the greatest centre backs we've seen at Newcastle. I honestly, I just think he's outstanding. Even when we are as shite as we are right now, he is standing out. He's just outstanding. Sandro Tonali, Billy.
Yeah, not on the races yesterday. Hard to mark him. 5.
Okay, 5 for Sandro. Alex?
Yeah, he's a hard mark from yesterday.
Turby, I've got to pull you up on your comments, matey. You made a few comments about Chow, and I'm sorry, he stands out because we are shite. No, he stands out because he's the only one that's actually doing some defending. And if it wasn't for Malik Chow, we would have conceded so many more goals this season. So I don't understand where you're coming from with your negativity on Chow. Yes, it's your opinion, matey, but I'm going to pull you up on it if I disagree. And I think a lot of fans disagree with you. I'm not sure where you're getting that from for Malik Chow. I really don't. Strange. Very strange. Alex. Sandro.
Yeah. Looked like one of his batteries had fallen out. We weren't getting the the crazy runs,
Can
the
you stop,
defensive runs.
Alex? I've asked you to stop doing this now on numerous occasions, mentioning Tonali and batteries, because it takes me back to a very bad place a few weeks ago when I called him a Durex bunny. So please stop.
I wasn't there for that, but I've heard about
Stop
this,
with the batteries.
Okay, well, one of them has fallen out.
Clearly.
And it wasn't quite there. There were times when we were getting hurt on the transition, and he kind of watched it unfold, which is really unlike Sandro. Normally, he is the guy that's like, right, I'm going to fix this myself, and he will run the length of the pitch and he fixes it himself. That wasn't happening. He was trying a lot of one-touch passes, trying to be really clever, and the thing is it normally comes off because he's fantastic, and it just wasn't working for him. A lot of stuff that was a little bit too fancy, and I think we needed a bit more hard work and more of the basics. And Sandro was doing less hard work and a lot of trickery, and it wasn't what we needed. So yeah, I'll go for a 5. It wasn't his best game.
Andy Wolf, that's a brilliant comment. Andy did remind me too.
Patrice from oh dear God. Michael Coyle says, not sure how we're supposed to perform with our squad depth. Support our team in good times and bad.
We're supposed to have good
We
squad
just
depth,
bought
though.
loads of squad depth. What are you
I was
talking
going to say,
about?
I'd imagine if that fair enough last season, Michael, but this season, bloody hell.
And this is what I'm
And he also
confident
refused to
about.
use the squad depth. He had loads of depth and he just didn't use it. He could have had Ramsdale, Alanga.
That's not
Ramsey.
true. Tell me that's not true.
Oh God.
Tell me that is not true.
I didn't want him as a player.
Good God. Anyway, I've gone 5 with Tonali as well. He is a lot better than what he showed yesterday. Bruno, Billy.
His attitude was fantastic. I thought he was one of our better players, if I'm perfectly fair.
Yeah.
I'll give him a 7.
7, Alex?
Little bit naive in our half on occasion. Maybe a little bit tired as well. I think there just needs to be more rotation. There just has to be. He suffered for it. His stats were fine. He was really tidy with it. He lost the ball a couple of times in silly positions.
He alters that, though, didn't he?
It's been more so in the
this is
last 2
bloody-
matches,
yeah.
though. And he needs to. I think there were a couple of occasions actually where he was literally in front of our box and he got brought down, and I thought there was nothing in it, and we got the free kick. He's really playing with fire with some of these moments.
I remember
I'll
that because
go
I did say
for-
exactly the same in the commentary.
I'll go for a. I'll go for a 6.5. I don't think it was fantastic. It was better, and his heart's in the right place. There's a few with you got question marks over attitude and work rate. When he doesn't have a good game, you can see it hurts him, and I like that because he always wants it, and he doesn't want to be bad, which is the right attitude to have.
I've gone 6.5 as well. I did think his heart was one of the few that his heart was in it yesterday. He was hurt by it. He was trying his best, whether it came off or not. I did say numerous times watching the game that he was putting the effort in. It hurt him yesterday. And, he has come out and apologized on Instagram again. But listen, I don't want to hear from. I just want to get on with it. Just get on there. Somebody's complaining again. What's this? Paul, get a pop filter or adjust your EQ settings. Sorry if you've been advised this already. Well, I haven't, JV, because everybody tells me that it's absolutely fine. However, JV, if you want to give me some advice, drop me an email, mate, and tell me some EQ settings, because I am new to it all, so I will listen to some advice on it. If you want to drop me an email, I use the Wavelink software to go with me Wavelink mic. So if you know anything about it, JV, drop me an email and help me.
I think that was a moment of growth from Paul there. We just saw him get criticised and accept it and ask for feedback and help. That's
And he's going to give you some advice by the look of things. Well done, Jamie.
yeah. I think wow.
Yeah, Choppy says me audio spot. Mike sounds mid
Susan,
to
what have
me.
you done?
Yeah, I think JV might be a very sort of one of those
experts.
Yeah. So I will listen to what he's got to say, but it does sound okay. Buy Billy a mic, says Chemo Shadow. I've just bought him a fucking microphone.
I've got one here.
He just keeps it a long way from his mouth, which I think he needs to get some sort of.
Over here.
You say that, it's me belly.
Well, rest it on your fucking belly then.
You just get him one of the arms.
I'm sitting away from the mic, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. It's still, you need to be closer, Billy. It's, Anyway, Peter Garthwaite says, I'm worried our elite players will leave.
Well, if they don't come up Europe, they might be.
Yeah. Okay. Joe Linton, for the time he was on the pitch.
No, I thought the referee was disgraceful, actually, with their treatment. That to me should have been looked at by VAR. Getting studied on above the shin pad, well, right above on top of it. That's reckless. It's. I think that's a red card. I know you laugh at me saying things like that. But honestly, that's a red card.
Because Billy, I do laugh at you at times because you turn into Ty off VFTV. Just everything's a card. But you said it yesterday, and then when I did see it again, I think it was a different angle we saw that, didn't we? When we saw it, yeah. It looked a bit nasty
every day, and I think it should have been looked at by VAR, and it wasn't. That said, it's hard to rate him 15 minutes, but I felt that Eddie threw him into a bus keeping him on. Yeah. I think the physio would have gone and had a look at his leg and thought, there's a hole in his leg. Get him off.
Definite impact injury, yeah.
I don't know what to score him because, as I say,
should we just score him a 0? Well, we can't score him a 0, can we? Should we just give him a flat 5 all round?
Flat 5, yeah, I think flat 5.
Okay, flat 5.
I do have a comment on that. I'm going to go the complete opposite to Billy and call Billy a snowflake and say, you want those tackles. I want players going in for 50-50s. And I don't want them to get. I don't want people to get punished for going in for
Billy,
50-50
his shin pad looked like one of those makeup remover pads that women use. I mean, what the fuck was that?
You need proper shin pads so that players can go in and have proper 50-50s. They weren't going in to hurt each other. They were going in to try and win the ball in a competitive 50-50.
Well, I don't know.
It's one of those things. You're gonna get
Alex,
hurt.
I think his follow through was high. It was high. It was. I mean,
if he was wearing the right shin pads, he wouldn't have got hurt. So,
but it wasn't where his shin was. It was above his shin.
You can't be kicking the shins anyway.
No, you wouldn't get done by that if you're wearing proper shin pads. I've got shin pads.
No.
They're not supposed to look like makeup sponges like he has.
You can't stud someone's shin. To me, it's a fucking red card.
So, take that, Alex.
and banned for 60 years.
Oh wow, that is a ban and a half.
I don't know if I did it either.
If I could kiss you and go to hell, I would, so I could brag to the devils of how I reached heaven without having entered it.
Are you a rich lunatic, Levi Benichuk?
A rich lunatic.
Oh dear.
How nice we are to our viewers. I mean, how nice we are. Are you a rich lunatic? Wow. Kev says, Alex, you ain't played football. That was intentional.
You don't know me.
He has played football.
I mean, I have played football. Played a lot of football. Thank you.
But it was intentional.
Right, Harvey,
on concrete. And it
Harvey Barnes, Bill.
Well, for the goal alone, I'm going to give him 7. Don't use him half as much as we should have done, but again, that's to who's behind him. The goal was fantastic. The way he took it was great, so I'll give him a 7.
7. Alex?
Who are we doing? Harvey Barnes?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, before I give him a mark, I'm trying to think about what he did for the rest of the game. It wasn't terrible. I'll tell you what I really like that he's improved at is he's not very good at beating his fullback, but he's still effective without being able to beat his fullback because he creates enough space to get across in anyway, or he'll use supporting passing patterns and other players to just get in the box. So he's stopped the whole. I think what he used to do is he tried to just do what Gordon did, and he couldn't do it. And he's adapted his game to just be like more because he's a lot cleverer than Gordon in the way he plays. And I don't know. He just play. I'm really impressed with the way Barnes plays. He always seems to get the cross in without even needing to beat the fullback, which I think is really impressive. I think it's an underrated skill. And the goal, I mean, just take a bow. I mean, he did it. I know the flick from Voltemada was good, but he sat two players on their arse to get the space for the shot. So I'm going to go for an 8 for Harvey Barnes. It was probably the one shining light in that game for us.
I've gone right between the pair. He is 7.5. I agree with everything you just both said. He took his goal superbly well. I thought he looked really lively, especially first half, trying to make things happen. But when he was giving the ball to his colleagues, they were just losing the ball. They couldn't string passes together.
Well, bearing in mind he had absolutely no fullback support whatsoever. Factoring that
well,
in,
to be honest, I mean, I'd rather have Barnes starting than Gordon at the minute, and no doubt in my mind about that. Right, Billy, here is your opportunity. Jacob Murphy.
Well, I mean, it's not getting a mark, it's getting a 0.
A 0, or are you going minuses, or are you just sticking at 0?
No, I'm not going minuses because I'm going to give him the same as Dan Burn. Dan Burn's got an excuse, though. Dan Burn, for all his faults, at least he did put the effort in, and I don't think Jacob Murphy did. I thought he was cowardly. I thought he hid behind players. I thought not once did he try and beat his. It seemed to me he didn't try and beat his fullback. The times he cut inside and ran aimlessly at no one and lost the ball. I thought his attitude stank yesterday. I really do. And it was one of them first touch was shit, so he's going to be shit the rest of the game. Yes, he was involved in the goal, albeit indirectly. The real skill was done by Voltemada and Barnes, and that was one of the half decent cross that no one was at the far post for. But his attitude was absolutely stinking yesterday. Cowardly performance and a 0.
Alex.
I mean, I'm not going to give him a 0. I do agree that he was ineffective in certain moments. I don't think he helped Trippier enough, and he wasn't his usual self. I think I'll go probably a 3.
Okay. I've given him a 2. I thought he was dreadful yesterday. Absolutely fucking dreadful. But Billy, you said, I remember that in the first 30 seconds, he lost the ball. And then you had a little giggle saying, "Oh, normally when he does that, it's a disaster." And it was well and truly. Voldemar, Billy.
I feel so sorry for him because he's clearly an outstanding footballer, but he's in the wrong team. He's in the wrong side. He's in the wrong system. Everything that needs to be there for him to perform to his greatest isn't, and that's down to the manager, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm going to give him a 5, but it's not his fault. And that flick was fantastic for the goal, but very little chance to do anything else. Very little chance.
Alex,
fairly solid with what little he was involved with. Some of the hold-up play struggled. 2 out of 8 ground duels. He couldn't get it to stick, unfortunately. He tried. It's not going to work every game. I agree with Billy. Yeah, I don't think he's necessarily in the wrong system, but there wasn't the right support for him at all. I think there were so many other dysfunctional elements of the team where we couldn't play the right way. I think having 2 young, quicker, higher stamina fullbacks will certainly change. I know it sounds weird because they play so much further back, but I think that fixes a lot of the build-up dynamic, and it will release the wingers and just improve everything further up. And I think you'll get, just by virtue, more out of Voltemada. I'm going to give him a 6 because when the ball comes to him in the box, he normally does something that helps you get a goal or scores it himself. And he did exactly that. He played a creative flick to our most clinical player, and it assisted with getting a goal in the game. So we'll go with a 6. But he just definitely needs a lot more support.
And get him into the box. We need to get him into the box because he's not there hardly enough.
5 for me. He's struggling because we're not playing to his game. Something needs to happen with that. Something has to change. Right, Jacob Ramsey, Billy.
Yeah, he was okay. He weren't bad. He weren't great. He was middle of the road for me. Got decent energy, decent legs, but got a bit of pace about him. But really did struggle to get himself into the game, didn't he? 5.
Yeah. Alex?
There was a mistake that wasn't great. And
there was one, yeah, I remember that now.
Clean, I think I'm going to describe his game. Very clean, very careful. Didn't misplace a pass in his own half. A couple of key passes, but we needed maybe a little bit more umph. And I can't put my finger on whether it was him or whether it was Tonali missing a battery or whether it was both of them causing it.
Or the bloke behind him.
It's hard to know. It's hard to know how much of Burn, Tonali, and other things caused what Ramsey gave, or whether it was Ramsey. Maybe a bit of both. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to go 5, right in the middle. But yeah, it's fine. There's a few people saying that he's not good enough, which I think is outrageous. It's far too early.
No, he's a good player. Yeah. Aaron Ramsdale, Billy. I've gone 5 as well, by the way. Ramsdale?
One outstanding save he had no right to make.
It was an absolute superb save, yeah.
Well, they didn't really cover himself in glory for the last goal, but the game was gone then anyway. What did I give Pope?
You give Pope a 2.
I'll give Ramsdale a 5 then.
5.
How did you give Pope 2 points? For what? Getting his gloves on the right hands.
I was quite impressed with the colour of his jersey.
Nice. Aaron Ramsdale, Alex.
I'm not as bothered about the goal he conceded, unlike Billy. I think, you got somebody in that position, like, it is what it is. You can't be letting people through on goal like that all the time. I'll go with the 4 because he's conceded 2 goals, but it's very harsh on the poor man because you've subbed him on to face a penalty, which is immediately just going to batter his statistics for goals conceded. Like, what's he supposed to do? His first minute on the pitch, he's got to try and save a pen.
The thing is, though, when they showed it, before they take the penalty, they showed a graph of where they put the penalty before. He'd taken 6 before, 5 had gone to the right and all gone in, and 1 had gone to the left and he'd missed it. So it's pretty obvious it was going to his right. And the top went to his left. Surely the goalie's got to do the homework. Although was he expected to play?
I love the lovely things Billy says about our players. The twat went to the left.
Well, I said at the time it's going to the right. It's got to,
well, at least he can dive down to his left, Billy. Jesus.
I could have laid that and got to his tattoo, to be fair.
I've given him a 4 as well. 2 goals he did concede, and the third one was a bit dodgy, but I blame Botman more for that. Lewis Hall, Billy.
Another ray of glaring sunlight, yeah.
A ray of hope, Billy. A ray of hope.
He's got to be back in the side, and thank God with Burn being suspended, he should be back in the next game. Although you never know with Eddie, I guess. He's clearly, without doubt, the best left back in England for me.
I'll recall Matt Target from his loan just so Lewis Hall doesn't play.
I'll give him 7.
7. Alex?
I'm going to go for 7 as well. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. He came on when we were down to 10 men and basically played as just a left-sided player and just tried to take the game that way whilst defending. He lost the ball once, but you gave him license to just go and do stuff. So that's the risk you take. I thought he was fantastic. Like, I just can't believe how technically gifted the boy is. He's a freak. 7. I can't wait. It'll be a pleasure to watch that boy play football again and not have to watch Dan Bird, because Lewis Hall is a proper technician. That is what you buy tickets for.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I thought, being there in the ground on Saturday, in midweek against Bilbao when he came on, he was just superb. Absolutely superb. 7 for me as well. I just can't wait till he's properly back installed and if he gets injured on England duty,
I'll be gutted.
Fuck me. I'll scream. Anthony Elanga, Billy, your favourite player?
What do I always give him? Usually a nil.
Yeah, it's not great.
He did fuck all again.
I know that.
Anything he did do were fucking bad things. So, once again, 0.
Oh. Alex?
I'm trying to find things that he did in the data.
Well, that's how bad, Alex. You've got to scroll through data to try and find something positive. That does not bode well.
Two.
Okay.
I don't know how to give him any more because he didn't get anything. He wasn't involved in any sort of shots, crosses, good box entries, winning corners. None of the above. So I don't understand how.
I think he went Brentford a corner.
He did, which is why I've scored him 0 because he was absolutely terrible. And I'm now at the point where I'm saying that £55 may have been flushed down the toilet. I hope not.
55 million, not 55 quid.
Is that what I said? Well, yeah.
I would have paid
Joe Willock, Billy.
I'm struggling to remember doing anything either, to be fair.
We didn't. To be fair, we didn't mention him in commentary.
He had 9
hardly
touches
ever.
of the ball.
I can't remember him giving the ball away though.
No.
He didn't give the ball away at all. He completed every
10.
single pass.
No, I'll give him a 2. He went on very long, was he?
Billy, I think you'd be very harsh there. Alex.
No, I'll give him a 4 then. Sorry.
No, you've locked in at 2. Fuck you. You can't change. You know that, Billy. You know the rules. Okay. Once I've gone on to the next one. Okay. I've given him a 5. I thought he wasn't too bad. Well, not too bad. He was invisible again, but he didn't give the ball away.
Wiley didn't play enough.
Yeah. Sean says, Billy, I'm glad you're not calling the lottery numbers. There would only be 0 coming out if they had one.
It just looked like binary, wouldn't it, tonight?
Yeah, but
oh dear.
I mean, rightly so in a way. Okay, Eddie Howe.
I think we know where we're going here. 0, absolutely awful in-game management.
Yeah.
Everything with that, it was absolutely dog shit. I wasn't really enamoured about his team selection in the first place. I thought Horse should have started, and then his in-game management, as regarding Dan Burn on his own, it's worthy of a 0. But yeah, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Do better.
Alex?
Easiest 0. I think it's his worst game in management. The pre-game, we all sat here and said he's not rotated from the Champions League very much. And normally that doesn't go very well. This is a big risk, him not rotating. He had Ramsey, he had Alanga, he had Willock. I know we've said various things about these players, but we knew it was maybe needed a few changes. He didn't do it, and he got punished for it. And then secondly, the whole Dan Burn fiasco, he did categorically have the chance to make the subs, and he didn't do it. I don't agree with the height thing. I think that's an excuse. I think that's nonsense. 0. His worst game in management. I don't know enough about his Bournemouth days to know if that is categorically his worst. Feels like it.
Well, it's his worst for Newcastle, without a shadow of a doubt.
In terms of starting lineup, tactics, changes, in-game management, it was all of it wrong. Entirely wrong. We got wiped.
0 for me as well. And I genuinely think that is the first time we've given across the board 0 for. In fact, I think that's the first time we've ever given a 0 to Eddie Howe. I can't. Well, you might have done, Billy, because 0's your favourite fucking number. I think
that when he took Bruno off at Chelsea, I think I got.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, you probably did. Absolutely. Yeah, because you weren't very happy about that. Right, let's check the poll before we leave you guys. We asked you, Eddie Howe, in, out, or on the fence. So, we've had 1,300 votes on this tonight, and 44% of you want Eddie Howe in. 27 out, and 29% on the fence.
So that's 73 people. Percent of the people don't want him out. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. If you look at it
Can,
that
can
way,
we do
yes.
a panel check?
In for me.
I'm in as well. Eddie Howe in still.
I'm fence. I'm fence.
Yeah, you're on the fence. Yeah.
Fucking can't get off the fucking fence.
The fence is swaying.
I'm more in the fence. I'm more in than out. I'm more in than out.
Yeah, yeah.
You two quarters of your leg, 2/3 of your leg over
The
the
knob's
fence,
on the inside and the rest on the
He's always got to get one in, hasn't he? Right, that is the show done and dusted, guys. Thank you very much for spending an hour and 20 minutes or so with us tonight to have to talk about that absolute dog rot. But you know what? It's over now, and we've got the international break. We are going to do some shows during the international break. Alex, I don't know if you have you got any transfer shows?
Manager-wise.
Well, yeah. I haven't, but I will gladly do a bit of research. We can have some. We could probably
Because
do a couple
I
of
think
shows.
that there is a few players being linked now. Obviously, we're only a month and a bit away from the window opening, so it is starting to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, I think
don't
we'll
think we're
free
going to do a
transfers
manager
and-
one.
No, we'll do contracts expiring and free agents and things considerations, and then we'll do one where players are actually linked. So we'll have two different shows.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for a 7-foot left back.
Yeah. I'll do a fan forum soon as well, guys, to get you guys on and see what you think of it. I can imagine that'll be tasty.
But Wednesday, guys. Well, I'm not on a show because I am
Yes, famous Alex.
on Sky.
Oh yes, he's going down to party with his
I
friends.
am representing the Toon Review. So just so people know what it is. 'Cause I can't remember
Tom,
what it is.
I'm going to take you up on that because we will do a quiz show night because we've got that website now with lineup builder. So we get you guys on and we'll ask you some questions and give some prizes away. So that'll be a good laugh. So we might do that on Wednesday night, actually, Billy.
Yeah, sounds like a good yeah.
Because we need a bit of fun, don't we? We need a bit of fun before we start looking for the Man City game next week.
Who do England play this next week?
No, I've lost interest in Thomas the Tank Engine. He's disappointed me.
Hang on, I'll tell you in a couple of seconds. Thomas the Tank
I'm
Engine.
so people know I'm on the Sky fan club, whatever that is, from 10 a.m. till 12, and then I'm on the Premier League show, spelt Premier, which concerns me. Premier League show 5 till 7 p.m. I don't know what channel it's on. Is it Sky Sports News? Sky Sports?
Babe Station.
Babe Station?
Yeah.
Don't know.
What's Babe Station?
It'll be Sky Sports Premier, I imagine.
I'm actually going. I'm going down there, so I'll have to let everybody know what it's like. Hopefully, we don't bump into Jamie Carragher.
Oh, you're bound to.
Yeah.
It'll only be a cough and a spit away.
Well, it's all the analysis people. So
yeah. By the way, England. Billy, are you commentating on the England games as per?
We've got Serbia and then Albania.
Yeah.
Albania.
Albania. Oh.
It's two blonde people with red eyes. I'll do this.
God, I can't believe he just said that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get this show done and dusted before Billy gets us banned again. So, yeah, Wednesday night we'll have quiz night. You guys can come on and take part and win some prizes. You don't need a camera. You can do it via your microphone, and then we'll see if we can give some prizes away. Thursday night, Billy will be doing the commentary for England-Serbia. Friday night we'll do a TTR Friday this week because you know it's international break. We always do a TTR Friday in the middle of it, so and then we build up to the next week when we've got Man City once the internationals are out the way.
don't worry, we'll win that one and then lose the next three.
And the voice of confidence there, Alex Walker. Thank you very much. But thank you for your super chats, memberships, and all that jazz, guys. Thank you so much to the mods, to Billy, and to Alex. And of course, a big thank you to you guys. Obviously, I'll keep you updated with news videos as well. There's bound to be stuff for Newcastle United, even during the international break, because it's just mental right now. But we'll have a bit of fun on Wednesday night. We'll get back to having some laughter, and hopefully we'll see Newcastle turn it around after the international break. Don't forget to visit our website, thetoonreview.com, for all your merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, cups, mugs, whatever it is. Go and have a look, thetoonreview.com. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Monday night, folks. Good night.
How are the lads and lasses?
Come back and check on Sabrina.